So I'm here at storage, putting the camper away after a weekend trip. And I thought this would be a good time for me to talk about everything that I like about the ROG 12BH and everything I'd change about it. So stick around and let's get started. So the first thing we'll discuss is the build quality, which is probably what draws most people to look into ROG campers by Encore. So it's very lightweight. I can pull it easily with my Jeep or Bronco. It's all aluminum frame, composite walls, and fiberglass top, which makes for a very nice product. I don't have to worry about rot with wood if I accidentally go through a deep water crossing and something gets inside. Yes, my stuff's going to get wet potentially, but I don't have to worry about the floors rotting and all kinds of stuff. I just get it nice, dry it out really well, and we'll be good to go. Another thing I really like about it is the tires and the suspension. This timber independent suspension makes the camper pull really smooth and allows articulation off-road. So can't beat that. The tires, nice and grippy. It's got a nice wide stance, so if you get off camber a little bit, you don't have to worry too much about your center of gravity being off too much. While we're still on the side, this 270 awning by OVS is pretty awesome, especially if you purchase the walls. Big help in the winter time to help keep the room nice and warm with a propane fireplace or potentially a diesel heater. You can stay nice and cozy inside the room. But this thing is so easy to set up and deploy. 10 out of 10 recommend. I'm not sure if Encore has switched to just these or the two separate awnings, but I highly encourage anyone looking to purchase one of these to get to the 270 awning by the two separate awnings. So on this side of the camper, you got your ladder and your axes and shovels. All really nice to have. You know, this is the ladder's good to use to get up on top to whether it be clean it or put something up there. I actually hang my propane hot water heater right here, and it makes for a nice little shower area. Wasn't sure how much I would use the axes and shovels, but I've actually used them a little bit. Definitely use a shovel on the trail because you know, you got to dig a hole sometimes. But all really nice. And the rack itself is very well made. It's really sturdy. You could put a rooftop tent up there if you wanted to, no problem. I wouldn't be worried about it if I did it myself. So now that we've touched quickly on the outside things that I like, I want to touch briefly on the things that I would change about this, and most of it exists right here in the front. So the first thing is some sort of protection up this way. You'll see in some of the other campers from other countries where they have big brush guards. I'm not sure if that would work with this specific camper, but I'm really concerned about rocks flying up from the tires and chipping this fiberglass. So some sort of protection right here would be really nice to have. Next, moving on is to the propane tanks. I feel like one tank may not be enough for someone that wants to go on a long trip. So instead of having to carry two tanks, and one in your vehicle or one somewhere else, it'd be nice to have the ability to store two tanks right here. So far I haven't run into any major issues, but it would still be a nice to have. And lastly is not really a big issue, but I put my extra fuel tank on this tire and it shakes pretty good. I think I'm going to be able to fix the problem by putting a U-bolt on the bottom, on the back here, around the frame, but it's just a little peeve of mine how it shakes. But largely it's the propane tank and the front coverage are the two major things that I would change on the outside of this camper. So there are two more things that I would like to mention about the outside of the camper that I would change. One is a pretty significant one, is the lack of recovery points. Now I haven't ran into a situation where it's gotten sketchy and I needed recovery points on the trailer, but if it happens, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do other than just figure it out. The rear hitch point is not really is not meant for a significant amount of weight. It's just a receiver with no backbone. So if it had maybe a solid backbone throughout the frame all the way back to at least have one recovery point, that would be nice. But I need to get with Encore to see if there are places around the frame where it's structurally sound for me to add those. And the second thing is going to be the parking brake, or the lack of. It would be nice to have a parking brake on it because you just never know what situation you're going to get in, or if you're camped at a slightly less than ideal location where a parking brake would be nice. Just the 2 chocks on each wheel works, but it doesn't always give me the warm and fuzzy that I'm not going to move anywhere. So let's talk about the kitchen. Let's talk about the good things first before the things I would change. I love it. It's a nice metal or aluminum tops, sink that's easy to use. You got your stove here. It's nice. Excuse how dirty mine is right now. It's a good size, plenty of cooking space for anyone really. The cabinets are nice and sturdy, aluminum in construction. So no complaints there. Oops, got some stuff falling out, but largely the kitchen is a good space. Now, the things that I would change are, first off, inside the cabinets there's no lighting, so it gets pretty dark in there. Yes, we can remedy that with some tap lights or something else, but it would be a nice add-on to have some lighting inside the shelving. Next is this light right here. It's a great light, lights the kitchen area perfectly. However, it would be really nice if it turned amber and white, similar to the side lights. That way it would cut down on some of the bugs at times. And the final thing that I would really change about this kitchen is this refrigerator. It has been practically useless for me and my family. We would prefer the cooler style refrigerators that would open top, because this right here, you take this thing bouncing down the back roads, even if you put a latch on it, it's gonna fall. Things are gonna fall out when you open it. Also, there's not a lot of space in here, so my wife and I are looking for a cooler style fridge that will fit here, and if we find it, we'll put it in the link below. But I think that would be a better addition to this space. So highly encourage Encore if they have the opportunity to look into that style of refrigerator for this space. So as I was closing this up, I did remember one thing I forgot, is this little latch that holds the door open is such a pain. Like 9 times out of 10 you can't open it with your fingers. You gotta get a key out or something to pop it open just to get it to shut. So it'd be nice to have some other option than that. I know there's this bungee cord over here. I don't see the point in really using that one over there, but this automatically catches the door, so it's a pain. All right, now we're in the inside. Very spacious. Hardly any complaints so far on the inside of the camper at all. My family of 4 fits in here just fine. Got a nice entertainment center. I guess the one thing that we've noticed inside after a couple of nights is moisture buildup is quite abundant. Even cracking windows, we ended up having water dripping from the edges of the doors. So that would be something that we're going to look through to see how we can put dehumidifier or something in here. But yeah, this queen size bed is pretty comfy. I could definitely sleep in here for a week or more at a time, no problem. I also actually fit up there, and I fit long ways here, no problem. So if you have a larger group, or if for some reason an adult needs to sleep up there, you could, no problem. I would recommend not sleeping on the overhang part, because I'm not sure what the weight limit is, but up there up top, I fit no problem. Now I'll show you that in a minute. So as you can see, yeah, you're not, stretching out like crazy, but plenty of space for a 6-foot man to sleep up here, no problem. I guess if you're claustrophobic, you might not like that too much, but I don't have any complaints with sleeping up here. Something I would potentially look to change if I had the ability to is the way that this extra bed space is mounted. I'm not sure how much weight these brackets are intended to hold, but I don't know, they just make me feel a little sketchy. So if it was an actual mount to the floor, I think that would be a little better, but I'm sure it was designed the way it was for a reason. So before we get to the closet, I would like to touch briefly on the heat. 10 out of 10, it's great. Keeps you nice and warm at night. Sometimes you even need to crack a window, so it's great. So anyway, moving to the closet. First thing that I would change is putting some sort of doorstop. As you open it, it just wants to swing right over against the TV or something. So I see there's a potential to break something there if you're not careful. But that aside, it's a great storage space. Plenty of real estate here to put things. Ignore the mess, but yeah, great use of space. Where my complaint comes in is this fuse box or power box. With the type of off-roading that I do, I don't beat the trailer up, but you know, it rattled completely out of its mounting position. So I think I've fixed it for now. Hopefully it doesn't come back off, but I think it would have been a better idea to move that to the bottom so it sits against the floor and you don't have to worry about something falling. So maybe that's a future design change. I don't know. And if I'm not able to remedy the problem and it happens again, I'll probably build some sort of shelving inside of here to hold it up a little better. So that's my quick video on the ROG 12BH, on things that I like and the things that I would change. All in all, I love this camper. My family and I have been on several trips and camping, overland trips as well as camping trips, and have a great time. Great place to sleep, easy setup, easy tear down. Encore's customer service is beyond phenomenal, easy to contact and work through any issues that you may have. I mean, just know it's a camper, they're handmade. You're gonna potentially run into some things, but 9 times out of 10, it's nothing that can't be corrected fairly easily. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. It'll help out a lot, and we'll see you next time.